in class 11. So as you can see on your screens, there is a quote which I mentioned, that success does not come from what you do occasionally. Success always comes to those or from what you do consistently. It's your daily hard work, it's your daily dedication, it's your true uh, dedication towards your subject, which will finally leads you towards the success. So today it is our last lecture from the chapter plant growth and development, that is about the abscisic acid. In when till now we talked about auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, as well as ethylene, right? So out of these, this auxin, gibberellin and cytokinins, they are growth promoters. And when we talked about ethylene, it was both in promoter as well as inhibitor. But today we are going to talk about a hormone which is totally inhibitor in many senses, as well as inhibitor doesn't, please don't make a picture in your mind ki inhibitor means only it will inhibit the growth. In many ways it is very helpful for plants also, so that we will see later, right? So abscisic acid, when we talked about its history, then in mid 1960s, around the 1960s, there is three independent researchers. They worked on three inhibitors, three molecules, or you can say three substances, which they said that they are inhibitors, and they named them as inhibitor B, abscission 2, and dormin. There was three different experiments which were performed by these three independent researchers, and they reported these three molecules, and they named them differently: inhibitor B, abscission 2, and dormin. Now later on it was found out that the substances, they were chemically identical, means there was no difference between these three substances chemically. They three of them, they were same, so they were given the name, a common name, that is abscisic acid. So then it was said that these inhibitors, they are abscisic acid. So the abscisic acid, they are our growth inhibitors. Then later on it was isolated by two scientists, Liu and Kranz. From Liu and Kranz, they basically they isolated these this abscisic acid from mature cotton fruit. This is your neat question, that who isolated and from where isolated, where abscisic acid was isolated. So the our answer will be Liu and Kranz from the cotton fruit. How does now continuously we are saying that they are growth inhibitors. So how they are inhibiting the growth? Actually, the mechanism which was believed, which was not still scientifically proved, it was only believed that this abscisic acid, it lowers down or affect on the process of RNA translation. RNA translation means there, first from DNA to RNA is made through the transcription process, and when from RNA protein has been made, that is your translation process. So basically it was believed that abscisic acid, it reduces various metabolic processes through this RNA translation methodology, but still it was not experimentally proved. So direct role of definitely abscisic acid was only believed, it was not proved. If we talk about the uses and physiological effects, okay, this question is important for your subjective exam also, as well as every point is important for your NEET exam also. One thing, It promotes or initiate senescence, aging in the plants. That is means where will you find them? That is in the older leaves. So it initiates senescence in the plants. Second, it promotes or initiation fall of leaves, fall of fruits. So it promotes or initiate एब्सिशन का मतलब होता है जब मैच्योर पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट गिरते हैं. सो इस वो एब्सिसिक एसिड इस चीज़ को इंक्रीज करता है. इट प्रमोट्स दैट थिंग, इट प्रमोट्स एब्सिशन. Like एब्सिशन वर्ड, that is why I have written we use it for the fall, leaf fall, fruit fall. What happen is that if suppose this is the leaf which is older one or which is matured one, and it has to be now fallen off from the plant. Now when this leaf is old, there is near the branch you will observe a band, and this band is known as abscission zone. And this zone has one speciality. In this zone there is a deposition of material which is known as suberin, and suberin is a material which does not allow water and gaseous exchange. It is impervious to water as well as exchange of gases. So the branch or the leaf or the fruit which has to be fallen off from the plant, there you will notice this abscission zone which is covered with suberin layer. Now water स्टॉप हो गया यहाँ पे आना, गैसेस स्टॉप हो गई यहाँ पे आना, न्यूट्रिएंट स्टॉप्ड फ्रॉम द लीव्स टू कम हियर. सो अल्टीमेटली दिस पोर्शन of the plant is now not getting water, not getting gaseous, even not getting any nutrient. So this is kind of a dead. So that is the concept how leaves and fruits fall off from the plant. So when there is a exchange has been stopped, there is nutrition has been stopped, then the mature leaves and fruits, they fall off from the base, which is your abscission point. So abscisic acid, it promotes senescence as well as it promotes falling of leaves. Another thing it promotes is dormancy in the seeds. Dormancy, usually it is a period when seeds will not germinate, even sometimes when you provide them favorable condition. But this function is very positive for the plant sometimes. Suppose if plant is facing any kind of stress condition or suppose dry condition, then due to this dormancy, plant or seeds, I will say, they can survive in the unfavorable or stressful condition. So abscisic acid is a hormone which help the plants to maintain dormancy, to keep the seed more in the dormant period, even when the conditions they are so stressful for the seeds. So this hormone is called stress hormone. So abscisic acid is also known as stress hormone because it helps the plants to tolerate or to survive under unfavorable conditions. It inhibits germination. Now it inhibits germination, and in gibberellin we talked about that gibberellin is promoter of germination. It supports germination process, and here it inhibits germination by decreasing the metabolic activity of the cell, by decreasing the enzyme production. So it inhibits. So there is a one rule from which the question is asked, that gibberellin has a function that it breaks dormancy, and abscisic acid, it promotes dormancy. Gibberellin, it promotes seed germination, and abscisic acid, it inhibit seed germination. So both of them, they are basically, if we say, so abscisic acid's functions are antagonist to functions of जिबरलिन. सो एब्सिसिक एसिड एंटागोनिस्ट टू जिबरलिन. अगर जिबरलिन ब्रेक कर रहा है डोरमेंसी तो ये प्रमोट करता है. जिबरलिन अगर सीड जर्मिनेशन प्रमोट करता है तो ये इनहिबिट करता है. सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर who is antagonist to abscisic acid, that is your gibberellin. It also play very important role in the plants which are growing under the dry condition, in very dry habitat, in very dehydration condition or desiccation. It helps in stomatal closure. So abscisic acid helps in stomatal closure also. It promotes bud dormancy, it promotes seed dormancy, as well as keep the plant in the form of buds for a longer period of time. Now many of you must have seen that on the potato tubers, sometime if we keep it for a longer time, the small sprouts or gray color outcomings are visible there in the on the potato basically, which are known as the tubers. So on the tubers there are the small sprouts sometimes coming out. So plant tubers, if you treat them with the abscisic acid, then it can prevent sprouting during the storage time, because that tubers, if they are filled with the sprouts, they are not good to use. So plant tubers, if mostly in many plants, if these are treated with abscisic acid, it prevent the sprouting during storage. So these are the few functions, few physiological effects which are shown by our abscisic acid. So after this, now almost we are finished according to our CBSE syllabus, and now we are going to talk about the revision part. In our next coming videos, we are going to upload very interesting revision videos for you, so that you can revise with me now each and every chapter, at least according to the NEET also.